CIT, Hero Center of Innovation and Technology. It's a very familiar setting because the last time we were here, 13 participants were shortlisted from 1,000 folks from across the country. And out of those 13, a certain Dr. Anika Arora got the world's best job.
Dr. Anika Arora, who's our brand manager, she made us all believe that we were absolutely in the right direction. For someone with 0 days of work experience, I mean, a dentist by training, never worked a day in her life, to literally being the one individual that played probably the most significant role for the launch of the X440. And that belief, knowing that if we recruit for attitude but train for skill, that mantra will not fail.
This time around, we are back with Season 2. The stakes are higher, the game has gotten bigger and better because this is a job interview unlike any other job interview that you've ever heard of. Of course, there will be motorcycles, there will be some quirky questions, some scary interviewers, all to find out who is that one individual who takes home or secures the world's best job.
The name's Rao. Suprasad Rao.
I'm Amrit Verma.
Mayank Chaudhary.
Mehak Dixit.
Anurag Tiwari.
Sumit Chalar.
Jay Bhardwaj.
Gaurav.
I'm Nitishwar Patil.
Triksh. Katare. Shaurya Bora. Prithvi Singh Panwar.
Day 1. It kicks off with a high-stakes motorcycle skill test, followed by a no-nonsense, know-your-bike grilling session. Then they face intense one-on-one interviews with Vijay and Parul before tackling a group discussion with a twist. Points will be awarded at every stage.
So the ability to thrive in ambiguity is a trait that we expect everybody in our team to have. Now, how do you find people who can thrive in ambiguity? We had to put a test to figure out who are the ones who have that particular skill. So the first ever test is when they land at the airport, a cab is going to be there to pick them up. But the minute they enter the car, the chauffeur is going to turn back and hand them a piece of paper that says,
the chauffeur doesn't know where to take you.
we are not going to tell you where to come. You got to figure out where the destination is. We are at this lovely property called Khasbagh in Kukas, Jaipur.
How do we figure it out?
That is task number 1. They got to figure it out on their own. They get 10 points. And should they not figure it out, there's always a lifeline. They could call Dr. Anika Arora, but she's going to dock them 5 points.
The way I approached it was, let's head to CIT. And then it has to be around it because most of our tasks were going to be there.
We started looking around कि आसपास कौन-कौन से hotels हैं. We started calling them one by one कि हाँ भाई आपके यहाँ पे Hero या Harley-Davidson किसी की booking है.
And then I went back to the last season's video, saw the aerial footage of the hotel.
A screenshot, the Google image reverse search.
Yeah! We found it! Look, Holiday! Crazy.
When we got here, we found out we're the first people to show up, and seeing the Harley standing, right, the Baja Orange X440. Up until that point, you couldn't really believe it that I've actually gotten to Harley's 13 and things have worked out the way that I wanted them to work out.
We checked into the hotel and we were handed over the keys. As soon as I entered the room, there was goodies waiting for us. I saw a bag, couple of t-shirts, and there's a note that says, congratulations, you have made it to the top 13. We had our dinners and 12 o'clock we went to sleep. People were like, okay, so you have to wake up at 6, your day is going to start at 7. Little did we know there was a surprise waiting for us.
All the 13 roads getting landed at the same time. It was a very different and a scary feeling, to be honest.
And then guess what? We were presented with task 2. And the task 2 was...
We had to find some mistakes in whatever, the 3 pointers were written, and we had to find them out, circle them, or highlight it, however.
It was written that time is of the essence.
Mistakes, fatafat dhoonde, and I was the first one to give the card.
Depending on who cracked the code first, we put the roster in which they're going to be competing against each other in the slow bike ride. The one thing that I told our entire team is just because we are waking up everybody at 2, we are not going to be in our rooms asleep. Everyone from our own team is going to be there so that when they come, they should see that we are not just talk, we are people of action.
The next thing they did was make us do a task where they pick a person up. They either tell them, ask them who's the worst candidate according to you, or ask them who's the best candidate.
And I felt like I don't even know the names of half these people. So why am I having to do this at 2 in the morning when I can't even think straight, right?
Most deserving to be shot.
Prasad actually stands out for me.
So the least loving person according to me would be
I could not even sleep after that event at 2 a.m. Then the entire night I was thinking कि कोई दरवाजे पे आएगा, knock करेगा, and we'll have to run again.
I'm pretty sleep deprived, to be honest, but I think after a couple of Red Bulls, I'm pretty hyped up right now.
Initially, when we head to the track, we were greeted by Mr. Vijay Parmar and David. They gave us briefing on how to safely do all the tasks for the day and how to handle your motorcycles, and which was really interesting.
Because of the second task, I had gotten a bye in the first round. And in the second round, I was pitched against Anurag. 10-15 seconds into it, I see that he's like halfway behind. And I was like, bro, ye ho gaya. Yeah, I didn't tap out, but then I lost the round.
It felt like what I do with the traffic generally in Bangalore, where you try to balance without putting your leg down. So that was an easy task.
It was intense. It was heated. It was very competitive.
After the slow race got over, the contestants were then taken to the CIT tower, where they were involved in a very intense grilling session by David and Mr. Vijay Parmar.
I'm looking forward to the Know Your Motorcycle session, which is basically the roast session.
Interviews are going to be tough because we are competing at literally a national level.
Anti-braking system नहीं बोल के आऊँगा वहाँ पे.
You got a blank canvas in front of you. What would that motorcycle be? Talk us through what kind of bike, what kind of system, how would you configure that bike?
I'll probably pick the cruiser segment. That's where we are the strongest.
What is a mid-engine bike?
Somewhere between the 650 to 850 cc mark. I don't want...
in volume?
Yes, in capacity.
Not in placement. Why is the neutral between the first and second gears?
So neutral is kept between first and second gear. So whenever if you have an emergency, you can just put in the neutral and
So
you were given the chance to say, I don't know. But you chose to give an answer that you don't know if it's true. Never mind. Let's move on.
Motorcycle is something which keeps me sane in this insane world. Or confused.
Do you have insanity in the family, or
no.
Have you acquired it on your own?
No, I haven't acquired it.
I'm good at bullshit. I can, talk for hours. Just tell me specifically, what about this?
There's a story behind it as well. So
we don't want to hear it.
Let's get specific. You mentioned about the wheel sizes. You decided 19 on the front, 17 on the rear.
Right.
Yeah, stereotypical wheel sizes for a scrambler.
Why would you choose those when you have a road-based bike?
The architecture of your frame. What kind of frame would you go for?
Titanium alloy.
Titanium. Okay, that would be an expensive bike.
No, but why are you so nervous now?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Don't worry.
After that grilling session, they were then taken into a room for a one-on-one intense session with Parul and Vijay Thomas, where it was more about the company, what they want to do at Harley-Davidson, so on and so forth.
Hi sir. Hi ma'am.
Hi. So we've all got our first names. So for now you could call us by. That's why we've got our names written.
You're Vijay Thomas and you're Parul Sharma.
That's definitely written in front of our
You're
names.
head of marketing, you're HR head of it.
Well, I'm head of marketing, HR. You know,
Head of HR, sorry.
These are cardinal errors. You don't say stuff like that.
Actually, I haven't.
Brand ambassadors. Can you name a few?
I don't know actually.
You're head of marketing for Budweiser.
Okay.
Parul's the CEO at Budweiser. I want you to go and sell this WhatsApp ad to Parul.
I mean, there are two people and they call each other. And the first thing that they say is, "What's up?" And the second one says, "What's up?"
Prithvi, we've been hearing good things about you.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me 3 bad things about you.
Don't know how to say no.
Do you want a cup of coffee or something?
No, sir.
You just said that you can't say no and then immediately said no.
"What's up?" "What's up?"
sorry.
Okay, thank you.
What's up?
Okay, I can't touch this.
It didn't come that far.
It came everywhere.
It's okay. I will go and take a Dettol shower.
Next round was group discussion. They called it Huddled Up.
In which year was Harley-Davidson incorporated? There are 2 new colors launched on Harley-Davidson X440. Name the colors correctly. What is the capital of Bangkok? What is the full form of Cebu? Okay. Which year was Hawk founded?
1903.
Wrong answer, -1.
Fight vehicle operations.
Okay. Wrong answer. Hawk. Wrong answer. Wrong answer, -1. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
I got like one question right, and the other two were like very close.
And then they said, okay, let's get ready for the GD. And that's when I was like, oh.
Topic for your group discussion is red.
Red.
Yeah, R-E-D. So the topic for the group discussion is the colors on your shirt, which is black versus orange.
Signifies courage, but in Harley-Davidson terms for freedom.
Red is a color of greed. Red is also the color of love. But we can never forget the orange part too. Orange brings the vibrancy. Yeah, the black now riding down the highway. Like completely black now.
Thank you so much. Let's end this here. This was your last activity for the day.
The point of this exercise is not to see if you like one color more than the other. It's about how you engage with your peers when you are in disagreement or agreement.
All of these contestants were then judged on how they got through these rounds, but this is only day 1. We have one more day still left, which means a lot more points that these guys can bag and hopefully secure their way to the world's best job. It's a great day to rise and shine. It is day 2. It is the final day. This is where things get really, really tough and really difficult.
We know that top 5 are going to be announced in the morning. So imagine the nervousness. I don't know how about others, but I could barely sleep.
Like, this is the last night we have in this place, so...
And then in the morning, all of us were called to a location.
We all started walking towards a completely different section of this property that we hadn't seen before. And that's when I recognized the place from. I was like, oh, this is that walkway from last year. This is where these guys were walking up to last year.
It literally felt like drum rolls. You know, when like things were getting serious, everybody's faces just went down. And we were made to wait for so long. The anticipation just kept building and building and building. And then we see Sam and Anika walk in. Now let's see what's going to happen.
Good morning. Alongside me is Dr. Anika Arora, who certainly needs no introduction.
Last season I was there, and this season I am on this side. So I completely understand what all of you are going through at this particular moment.
Yeah, over the last 2 days, we have tested your personality and perseverance, and we threw challenges at you when you least expected them. And I'm glad Harley's 13 didn't disappoint again.
And they started calling us in pairs.
Mayank and Antriksh.
Tishwar Patil and Akshay Katare.
And then one by one they announced who got into top 5. And then it was me. I was like, oh, holy shit.
You know, it was that Dhoni feeling, that I'm finishing around.
And if my math was right, I saw 5 people up there by the end. And I'm like, well, I don't think I made it. But I get that I didn't make it, but why was my name not even announced? So what's going on?
And then they revealed that 2 people had the exact similar score. And then they dropped the bomb and introduced Prithvi in the mix with the highest score of 61, making him the number 1 in the points table.
Heartbeat was like bouncing all over. I couldn't feel anything.
But this is where things are going to get super difficult and super interesting as well, because these 6 will face the big bosses at Hero and Harley.
After we get selected in top 6, it was time for the final interview. It all comes down to this, right?
How was it feeling when you were not the fault for the first 50?
Little definitely. I would like not to have forgotten me.
Can you think of an interesting e-commerce idea for the motorcycle industry that hasn't been done yet?
For merchandise, it could be done for merchandise.
If you were to come on board, what do you think is the quickest and fastest way you could contribute to the Harley-Davidson business unit's success in India?
Project management. The fastest way. Project comes with different shapes and sizes. It was all about project management only. So everything is a project.
Your own definition of a good boss, what would it be?
In my opinion, a good boss would be someone who's leading from behind. And I learned this recently in the past 2 days. And
I like it. Yeah.
So we give you a week off. We give you 100 liters of petrol. This is hypothetical. How would you plan your trip? Where would you go?
100 liters.
Now I've reduced it. I'm only giving him a week.
Which bike? The top one.
Yep.
I'd probably ride back home to my parents first. My mom, Chandigarh. Mom.
Yeah.
Telling you Chandigarh, here I am. I've got the job. Probably take it out of the mountains for a bit. Finally feel like a part of the brotherhood. And I would want to ride with the entire Harley-Davidson business unit team.
And finally, the climax of this whole event, the result announcement for the World's Best Job 2.0.
After a very long and absolutely rewarding grind, we have finally come to the very end. First of all, I want you guys to look at each other and give each other a round of applause because you're 13 out of many, many, many hundred. And no matter what happens in life, you'll always be in a Harley's 13 for life.
So I thought that they might not beat around the bush a lot this time because एकदम से बारिश होना शुरू हो गया था. And even I can see VT getting a bit restless. And he said, okay, let's just go ahead with it and let's just announce the winners. And he mentioned that there are two. And he called my name and Antriksh's name on the stage. And I was so excited. I thought, yes, this is the moment. This is it. And I was really, really happy to share it with Antriksh because like I mentioned earlier, he was my top contender. I genuinely thought that he could have won the whole thing. And now I'm sharing the prize with him. But it was not the prize. It was a prize. But the prize...
2023 Fat Boy is Wolverine, Mr. Prithvi. Come on over here. Every single one was worthy, but we just didn't have 5 open roles. But Rachna, our head of HR, she refused to back down. She's like, listen, I know we've agreed on 1, but they're just 3 really good candidates and we need all of them. So she vetoed the idea of just 1, and of course, it's in her power to add 2 more slots, and we still don't know what role to give because this role was never really created yet. But Prithvi, he was just reeking of passion. There was this tremendous amounts of want. He longed for this job. And this is something that each of us as teammates, we thrive off it. We can, when we see someone that passionate, it rubs off on us. So we're proud to have him as part of the marketing team. He's going to be leading the marketing for the large capacity motorcycle segment. And yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of Prithvi. I'm very proud of Shaurya and Auntie. And of course, every single one who threw their hat in the ring. They've all been stars, and I wish every single one the very best for the future.
Yes, another season of The World's Best Job has finally come to an end, and it's safe to say that some lives have definitely changed over the course of this weekend. But this is not it. We will definitely be back with another season of The World's Best Job in the future with Harley-Davidson and Hero MotoCorp. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked our video, press the like button, comment and let us know who your favorite contestant was, and share this with your friends and family. Until the next one, my name is Varun Painter, and I will see you later.
Is there going to be another season?
The question should be how many more seasons of the world's best job is going to be, not is there going to be just one more season.